Welcome. You're watching the Tommy Temper Show. I'm Tommy Temper, coming to you live from the Crystal Gondola, overlooking the elm-lined streets of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Edward Cam in there. Good to see you. Does it look like outside my window? It's looking beautiful. Had a couple of ravens out there. Some other smaller birds. Oh, looks like I'm getting some bleed through in my mic there. Yeah, how you doing today? What's happening today? Okay, let's come up with the deal where we've got some action happening up here in Canada. We've got the G7 conference going on in Kananaskis in southern Alberta. I would be there myself. It's such a nice day, but I was expecting maybe one of the other streamers would be catching the goings on over there. Hey, good to see everyone out there. We've got, who else is in there? Kathy Martis, good to see you. CJ, Sonia G, ABD in there. Hey, big ups to everyone. And yeah, what's the latest on what's going on there? Well, some of the people in Canada here are pissed off that Modi, the leader of India, is in Canada. Well, or showing up. I'm not sure if he's there yet, but believe it or not, there's actually a convoy, a convoy heading down there to head him off at the pass there, and it's a convoy of the Palestinians, as you can see here. They've got a convoy going on there, and they don't like it. They're going to ambush Indian PM Modi at the G7. So that's one of the big things happening up here in Canada. So yeah, look forward to be hearing some information about the goings on with them. That should be interesting to see what's going to happen. Yeah, crazy. We've got Donald Trump doing his thing as well, meeting up with the Premier of Alberta and with Prime Minister Mark Carney down there as well. You've got also happening, you've got Elon Musk. He's landing more rockets out there. Here's one of the latest rockets coming back down after a big burn up in the sky and coming down. He's got these things all set up now, so they're all so robotic. They actually take off and they land all by themselves. Just unbelievable how these things work. And just check this out. Like, this would have been unbelievable. Remember when they used to have the little capsule coming back down and landing in the water and stuff like that? That's as good as they got. Meanwhile, what they shot in the air stayed up in the air, went up into outer space or whatever. Now these things just land by themselves, just like that robo-taxi that Elon Musk is going to be releasing here this month. And yeah, I'll be looking forward to see how well that works out. Meanwhile, they're burning up those robo-taxis, those Waymo. What are they? Waymo or whatever they are. Robo-taxis that are running around LA there. They're burning them up just like these rockets. Yeah. Oh, well, what next? Hey, what else is happening out there? We've got, like I say, you've got Donald Trump meeting up with the Premier of Alberta. Here's a shot of them meeting up. I think this must be in Calgary there, maybe at the airport or something, as Trump was getting off of the plane. And our Premier Danielle Smith, who's great Premier, is actually talking to him first, probably even before Carney is talking to him in this shot here. And yeah, we're going to be going for separation. We're going to be voting for separation here in the province. And she's got to be, acting like a federalist and not really wanting to separate. But, well, we'll see what happens. I think that it will probably happen. We'll probably vote for it to happen, and it'll probably be an overwhelmingly over 50% of the people in the province here will probably vote for that. Yeah, we'll see what happens there. By the way, this is just a real short stream here today because it's 2 o'clock Mountain Daylight Time here right now, and by about 3 o'clock, my kids will be getting home, and then we'll be going out to do a little bit of biking. I hurt my knee biking, but it's kind of recovered a little bit. Here, I'll show you what it looks like here. Oh, there it is. Oh, I've got that new skin spray on stuff there, so you can see it looks like a little white spray on thing on there. It's still feeling, kind of a little bit tender, but it's not bleeding or anything like that. So we're doing well with that. So yeah. Anyways, the leg is feeling a little bit better. What else is happening out there in the real world? Raise your hand if you have completely stop believing in the mainstream media. Yeah, I think I would be one of those people that would be raising my hand, because yeah, I don't believe in the mainstream media anymore. It's like everything you hear from them is like tainted to the liberal left, and we're getting sick and tired of those leanings of the mainstream. So we don't really believe anything that we hear from them anymore. It's one of those things that, yeah, it is what it is. Oh, what's going on here? Anti-ICE protesters block a vehicle. Driver plows through the crowd. I don't know if I can. Yeah, I can maybe show this here because it doesn't really show the people getting injured too badly. But yeah, this is actually a kind of a sad thing that happened. Yeah, protesters, you shouldn't be blocking that traffic out there. Shouldn't be doing stuff like that. You got to be, nicer, a little bit nicer to the people that are out there trying to use the roads and stuff like that. Don't block any traffic. It's actually illegal in most places to make protests and block traffic. There you can see the car right there. He's being kind of a bit surrounded and whatever. And there you go. It takes off and goes through the crowd. Not great. Not a great situation. Sad to see that stuff like that happens. But, what happens is these protesters are getting a little bit violent, where they're, kind of hitting the windows and pissing the people off in the cars to where they get scared, and then they just step on it just to get the hell out of there. And then people get injured. So you got to kind of watch what's going on there. Who else is in the chat there? We've got, oh boy, lots of people in there. CJ is in there. Hey, CJ, good to see you. Got, like I say, Kathy is in there. CJ Canada is in there. Both CJs. Who else? Jim is in there. Jim says there's a really good article on Mother Jones about how the organizer for Trump's birthday parade was the same company that organized the J6 insurrection. Why didn't I? Hey, Jim, that's news to me there that there was a company that was actually in charge of the J6 insurrections. I don't know that would have been actually something that happened, but yeah, interesting there. It's windy up there. Trump wears his hat. Yeah, well, I think it was yesterday when Trump showed up, and it was really windy. It was windy up here, and it was windy down in Kananaskis, all throughout Alberta here. But today, as you can see behind me, it's not windy, and it's a nice clear day. The bad weather has kind of moved on, and now we're into a kind of a nice sunshiny day here. But that being said, you know what it's like on a sunshiny day. Later on in the day, we could have some thunder showers because of all the moisture that, wicks up into the atmosphere on a hot day. So that's something that's going to probably happen here. Oh, well, can't win them all. Co-Sider in there. Hey, Co-Sider, good to see you in the house. Tender and bleeding. Well, it's not bleeding now. It stopped bleeding. It was only bleeding really on the first day, and after I sprayed that coat of this stuff here. I'll swear by this stuff here called New Skin. It's a little spray bottle inside of the package, and you can spray this stuff over top of your wound, especially for a big wound like this, because it would be a giant bandage on my leg if I had to put a bandage on there. But this stuff here, I just sprayed it on there, and boom, it's sprayed. And I don't actually Well, I didn't really take it off or do anything. I don't know. I hope that it's working good underneath there, that I'm not getting infected or anything like that. Seems to look okay. But I did get a tetanus shot, and I'm also taking some antibiotics to sort of prevent my leg from getting gangrene or whatever and falling off. So whatever, we're gonna see what happens there. Let's see. Donald Trump has just landed in Calgary, so this is the shot of him in Calgary doing his thing, landing in Calgary. And as you can see, people complain that he's getting old. He's the oldest president, but you know what? I still say he's in better shape than Biden, because he's able to walk, he's able to talk, and he's able to have enough cognizance to know which direction to go off of stage, which is always a good thing. But anyways, there's Donald Trump in Calgary for the G7 conference there. There's the Mounties meeting up with them there, and it's sort of that they have to have the in Canada here, you have to have the Mounties, in every shot, along with anyone that pops into the country here, just to let people know that this is Canada, and we have a little bit of police presence here to keep the drugs out of Canada. But no, not really. They're actually doing a crappy job of keeping the drugs out of Canada. There's lots of fentanyl and all kind of stuff like that all over the streets of my city here. There you can see he's meeting up and shaking the hands of some of the cronies there of the MPs, parliamentary MPs. You can see there's a couple of natives in the background there, just flying their flag there, showing the colors. And anyways, he's in town. Whether or not he's gonna pick off all those minerals up here in Canada, maybe say, hey, we want first dibs on all your minerals up there in Canada, and we'll reduce the tariffs from 50% down to 45%, something like that. No doubt he'll be working some kind of a deal like that out with all the people up here. So we'll see what happens there. Budfile, it's good to see you. Big ups to you there. Budfile, it's a good channel you got going over there. And who else in here? You got Sass. You got Masad in here. Hey, Masad. He has Frozen Over Sandy Foster, was on panel. Oh, yeah. I was actually reviewing the Charlie show there just before I went live. I went and took a good look at it there, and I saw that Sandy Foster was on panel there. And, I don't know that it was really, funny or interesting or whatever. I watched a little bit of it, and yeah, you guys are having fun there on the Charlie show. So that's good. You guys have fun. And Sandy is a guest on the show there. She sounded okay. We didn't sound too drunk anyways or anything like that. Hey, Dory, Wizzy, and Nuts Simp, good to see you in there. Big ups to you. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Mainstream media sucks. Yeah, that's for sure. Got Telescope just in from the protest. Cars shouldn't be blocking the protest area. Yeah, right. Especially those illegal protests. You know what I mean? Yeah, well, hopefully a Telescope, when you go out on those protests there, watch out for those cars. Don't try and block any cars. Don't bang on their windows. Don't, cause any grief to the people in the cars there. Otherwise, they might mow you down. Be careful. Be real careful out there. Watch out for the cars. I know I do when I go out on those protests there. We generally don't go marching down the streets. We don't block the traffic. We stand on the sides of the road. Hang on here. Let me have a little drink here. That feels better. Yeah, I was working on my soundboard a little bit there. Some of my sounds were coming over a little bit too loud. So, oops. It just fell apart here. Hang on. There you go. Luckily, it's magnetic, so it just goes together with magnets. Yeah, some of my sounds were a little bit too loud, so I ended up doing a little workover on them here. There, I can play some of my old music that I used to play on here. Yeah, There you go. Let's go. It's still a little bit on the loud side, but oh well. Not as loud as they used to be. I was kind of tuning him down a little bit there so that I could play a few of the sounds in there and whatever. How about Fox News added applause and cheers to their Trump birthday parade footage? Did they really? Honestly, did they? Come on in. You're welcome. Come on in. Join the fun. Yeah, we're here for an afternoon of fun and excitement. Actually, I'm only live here for maybe another 45 minutes, and that's about it for the show today. Unless one of these days I'll actually go live when I'm on my e-bike riding around there when I go e-biking. I always say that I'm going to do that, and then my mind goes to when I go live on my e-bike, the problem is that the video is quality. When I go back and look at the video, it's like, man, this is real shitty video. It's like blocky and, not really great data or anything like that. And I'm almost better off doing a video like I did yesterday. I actually did a video yesterday of the car show that I went to. And I took my little Ozbot. No, it wasn't an Ozbot. It was a DJI camera, and I did a video there yesterday at the car show that I was at. It was actually a really good Father's Day car show, and I had my microphone. I was interviewed a couple of people, not all that many, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to show that many cars. And I got there late. It was only about 2 hours left on the whole thing, and but I did have a good fun day at the for Father's Day at the car show, so that was great. Yeah. So I was going to show that on a video, a car show video. So I might do that. Who knows? But I'm going to go out biking there. But I did get that new tire for my bike. I've got new tires. So in fact, I was going to put the tires on my bike before I went out, but then I ended up firing up the video here. So whatever. Can't win them all. Crime in America in there. Hey, Bullets, good to see you. Big ups. Salmon sushi. Oh yeah, that's what I had there last time. Was a little bit of sushi. I had this fun thing at the car show there yesterday. It was like a Filipino. There was a Filipino food truck down there, and it was something I can't even remember what the name of it was. SASO something or other. Some Filipino name of the thing, and it tasted like a little pork. Sushi type thing with some hot sauce on it, whatever. So yeah, that kind of tasted good. I had that yesterday when I went out there, so that was fun. Barbecued with cherry wood. Oh yeah, cherry wood would be good to barbecue something with. Not a President Trump's birthday parade, 250th celebration of the U.S. Army. There you go. Yeah, in fact, in Europe and Canada, you're following stuff more. Well, the problem is that the left people like to kind of make fun of President Trump by saying that it was his birthday parade, instead of a 250th parade. Tell your wife thank you for supporting Planned Parenthood. Barbecued. Yeah, right. Deb's Crazy Daily. Hey, good to see you. Nice to see you in there. Good to see you, and hopefully everything is going well with your channel. CJ in there, Sherwood Park got hit with rain yesterday, something like 75 millimeters. Yeah, there was, I heard about that. Lots of rain all over the place. I was watching it. I have a plugged drain on the house here, so the eaves troughs were kind of overflowing, and it was going over the edge, and man, there was a lot of water coming down there that I saw. So we got quite a bit of rain in here as well. Does your knee smell like cheese? Yeah, I don't know. I can't. My neck doesn't go down that far to be able to smell it, so I can't say. And who knows? Kathy Schwartz in there. Hey, Kathy, good to see you. Kathy in the house. Kathy, thanks for popping in here. Nice to see you. Pam from customer service. What's going on? Freddie, what's going on? Freddie the Fly? Who's Freddie the Fly? What? Am I slow at reading the comments? Yeah, I am. Tender and bleeding. Yeah, it was about an hour ago. Yeah, right. No, that was like 2 days ago. Well, it was like 3 days ago now that this thing where I hit the rhubarb. Or was it even longer than that? I forget what day. It was Friday, I think it was. Friday is when I hurt my leg. No amputation yet. It's still hanging in there. Phoenix Tide in there. Good to see a Phoenix. Trump said I was concerned about a king taking my place, but thanks to your tireless efforts, I am still your president. Thank you. Actually, well, the whole king thing was that people say that Trump is actually the king of the U.S. of A. That's why they're using that king thing, and he's not just the president, but he's the king. So that's where that comes from. So they want to depose the king. I don't know. Are they going to be able to do it? I don't know. Hard to say. Speaking of bombs going off, whoa, what about this big thing happening in Iran and the Middle East there with Israel? You know what? I've heard that the Ayatollah, I don't know if it's the Ayatollah, but Khomeini is his name. I think he's been replaced or whatever. But Khomeini is he wants to jump ship from Iran and go to Russia, go in exile. Is he going to go in exile, leave the country and go in exile? Like, what is that country in ruins there? Did it take just a few bombs there? They're actually bombing Tehran, the capital city in Iran, and they bombed some of the military installations where they're trying to produce the bomb, and all of the people, believe it or not, the people that are in Tehran want to get rid of the Islamic leader, Khomeini. And they actually want him to be gone, and they're actually thankful that Israel is bombing them, if you can believe that. Like, if you look into this whole thing, this war might be over in due time, because now they're pretty much cut off. The military is cut off from its communication. The people that are in Iran want Israel to take out the news media, which is a monopoly. The main TV station, they want to bomb all the towers or whatever the wherever the communications are coming from for their TV station. So there's lots happening there. Like, Iran might be done for in short order here, and Israel will have succeeded in getting rid of them producing the next atomic bomb, or country with the atomic bomb. So, at least this is the information that I'm picking up through the grapevine. I don't know if this is what you're hearing in the mainstream media, but this is what I'm hearing. So, yeah, just watch your news, watch for something to be happening here with that whole thing. Of course, Iran is sending bombs back into Israel, and they hit in one of the main cities a power plant, and they're also in Tel Aviv, they're bombing some residential towers and stuff like that. But it's almost as if the military is kind of severed and doesn't really know what they're doing. So they're just sending bombs all over the place there now, willy-nilly. So we'll just watch to see what happens over in between that war between Israel and Iran. It is interesting on how quickly that Iran might be folding, or at least the Islamic regime appears to be folding, which is, the ones that are supposedly protecting Iran. But in fact, like I say, the people of Iran don't like that at all. And, I know I was over in Iran back when the Shah was in power in Iran. And back then, it was actually a pretty good country. It was not bad at all. There were some people that didn't like the Americans because some people say that the USA installed the Shah of Iran as being the Shah, and then the Islamics didn't like that and eventually toppled him and took over the country. So are we going to go back to a country in Iran where it's more akin to being like the U.S. of A., where the women are not going to have to wear the hijab and stuff like that, or have the government tell the women what to do, and to be more of an open type of a country. I guess we'll find out what's going to happen in Iran. But anyways, that's the latest news in Iran. In Russia and Ukraine, it appears that uh, Russia is not doing all that well in regards to the fact that they are buying a lot of their drones from Iran, and the drone factory in Iran has been bombed by Israel. So now the supply of drones is going to be drying up for Russia, at least the ones that they're procuring from Iran. And yeah, that's going to put a hamper on Russia being able to fight that war against the Ukraine, which is a good thing because they're the ones that started the war against the Ukraine, and the Ukraine is doing a pretty good job of draining all of the resources of Russia. Not much money left in Russia, and now they bombed all of the factories and stuff. They've bombed, well, not all the factories, but a lot of the factories, the war factories, and they bombed the oil installations in Russia. So yeah, some interesting things happening. They're drying up, and hopefully that war will stop pretty soon as well. People are saying that maybe they don't even have another 6 months left worth of being able to fight in Russia, and they're going to have to give up pretty soon. While by giving up, they're going to go, okay, we'll cease fire, and we'll call a ceasefire, and we'll negotiate the end of the war or something like that, rather than getting taken over. Wouldn't that be funny if they prolong the war? Well, then maybe the Ukraine will take over Russia completely. Who knows? Who knows what'll happen with that story? Yeah, okay. I know you're really into the blacks causing a lot of murder and mayhem and stuff like that in the States there. Bullets, gotcha on that one. Crime in America, why not go back to race baiting? Says co-sider there. Yeah, okay. Well, so what? There you go. Yeah, I'm always behind in the chat here. Multiple interviews. Amber says in multiple interviews, Vance Bolter's best friend stated he is not a Democrat. He would be offended if people called him a Democrat, adding that Bolter was a Trump supporter and voted for Trump. Oh, I guess you're on the thing with the Bolter story in the States there. Yeah, that's pretty sad. Pretty sad. Absolutely. Did you cry when Scooter Tifa busted your knee? No, I didn't cry. I didn't cry at all, but it was a throbbing pain. It was a throbbing kind of a pain. Unlike that type of throbbing that you're used to, this was a painful type of a throbbing. Yeah. CJ Canada says Edward Cam, yet stupid Democrats want a socialist country like Canada. Yeah, you don't want to go so socialist like Canada. Like some things, you know what? Some people, well, and actually my own experience with the healthcare system is pretty good in Canada, because anytime I've ever needed like an MRI or, any kind of a scan or stuff like that, or, mind you, I haven't really had to wait for, any kind of major surgery, like knee surgery or hip surgery or, I don't know, whatever surgery. My son, who had a broken arm, he seemed to be able to get surgeries pretty quick, with the exception that he now has a screw sticking out of his arm, which has come loose. It's not the bone is healed, but the screw that was holding whatever that screwed into his arm kind of came loose a little bit. So the screw is sticking out of his arm, and the skin is over top of the screw. And he's slated to go in for an operation to cut that and then unscrew that screw completely. And so far, that's a little bit slow in coming. Whereas I think if we were in the States, it probably would have happened quite soon. Iran figured out how to beat the Iron Dome. Yeah. Well, no, they didn't figure out how to beat it. but just by shooting, like overwhelming, they basically overwhelm the Iron Dome by shooting massive number of missiles in there, which is the way to do it, apparently. That they did do something there, but it'll be interesting to see how long that Iran is actually able to fire missiles in there, seeing as their military and their communications and things like that are in a bit of a disarray. It's almost like different sections of their military are kind of on their own, doing their own bombing. But without having like a leader, if the leader's skipping the country, it'll be interesting to see how long that whole thing lasts. So just watch and see. Plastic knife in there. Tommy claims the UFA is the 11th province of Canada. Yeah, exactly. That's about it. At the moment, yeah. In fact, that's why we've invited Trump into Canada here, to ask Trump whether or not he wants the US of A to become the 11th province. So we'll see what he says in the next couple of days on that one there at the number 7 conference going on there in Kananaskis country in southern Alberta. Nice area there. I used to have a Camaro, and we used to go on these cruises with my Camaro. We went for a couple of cruises to British Columbia, and one time we went for a cruise down to Kananaskis country and wheeled all around the mountains and stuff there. It was a big day-long thing, and real beautiful country down there. Lots of mountains and stuff like that. Apparently, they have it all cordoned off, and you can't even fly a drone around there where they are down there. It's like airspace where you can't fly a drone or do anything like that. So that's where they're doing their thing. Brett seconds it. Yeah, Tommy, were the Iranian women as beautiful as they claim they were? They were. They were actually quite nice. They're quite beautiful, as they claim. Well, hey, women are, but they're Iranian woman, which is different than like I'm used to over here. They're like olive colored skin and a little bit different facial features. To the point that if I see people in Canada here, I'll right away, go, yeah, that person is probably from Iran. Like if you've been to various countries and seen people's facial features from those countries and they kind of get embedded in your brain, then you can kind of pick them out of a crowd. Plus, there's a lot of Iranian people up here in Canada that go to the local university, which is where I'm close to here. So, yeah, I see a lot of them around the area here. And I can do the old Khuda Hafez type thing, which is like God be with you, which is like a salutation to them. It's like saying Assalamu alaikum to somebody that's an Arab person type thing. So if you know what I mean, if you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. USA gave Saddam Hussein bioweapons to dump on Iran. Hussein dumped it on the Kurds instead. Oh my, yeah. Is that bad or what? Whoa, how about that Chinese thing that they were trying to import into the States? That some kind of a fungus or something. They were going to release the fungus into the American crops to kill the American crops. How about that story where they caught the Chinese people with that, trying to do that to the United States? Wow, about to talk about bioweapons. Stuff like that is going on out there, and it's not a good situation. Stuff like that can happen all over the place, and yeah, it's like you say one thing and it brings you into something else. Trump doesn't realize that Russia was dumped from the G8 after Putin invaded Crimea. Yeah, well, Trump was saying there that it was because of Trudeau and who the hell else was it there? Somebody else there that was the reason that Russia got dumped from the G8, so that now it's the G7. But yeah, Russia was the country that got dumped from the G whatever, and now it's the G7. So yeah, Trump was talking about that. I saw him say that. Let's see what else is happening on the news here. We've got fires, lots of fires going on all over the place. Like for example, in Saskatchewan. Here's a shot of people basically, fleeing a little bit there, and wildfires happening. People are on buses and that being relocated. So that's Saskatchewan. Lots of wildfires still burning in Saskatchewan, in Canada. Let's see what else is going on there. Proof of Freeland. Oh yeah, Freeland in Canada is there's pictures of her outside of the Bilderberg conference happening. Let's see, where was that happening? Was it in Switzerland or Sweden? Let's see, where the heck is it here? Yeah, I don't have it on this clip here, but anyways, there the Bilderberg conference is going on, which is all the rich elite are having the big conference, and she's with the Canadian government. She used to be the finance minister, and bad one at that. And of course, they sent her over there to be the representative of Canada for the Bilderberg conference. So I don't know if you know anything about that, but that's going on right now in the news. So yeah, watch for more news coming up on that. Here's a picture of the prime minister's wife in Canada. This is our first lady in Canada here. Like, okay, I can say, okay, we have a first lady, and this is her. Definitely not a Milena. Definitely not a Milena. I don't know what the heck that she is, but we do know that Carney and her do have a transvestite child. We know that much. The two of them produced a transvestite child. So take it as you will. We're not going to get too deep into that subject, but also in Belfast, in Ireland, they've been setting fire to the 5G towers. Here's a 5G tower burning up in Belfast, North Ireland. The locals are setting the towers on site, and yeah, I don't know. I'm not like a conspiracy theorist, like, oh yeah, 5G is going to kill us all. No, no, no more than 4G or 3G or 2G or whatever. In fact, the old radio stuff, whatever the people used to use, was way, way, way more powerful than this stuff that they're using today. That's why these towers are all over the place, because they're a lot lower power. But that being said, pretty soon, if and what they're doing, what Elon is going to do is that he wants to get rid of these towers completely and have all mobile cellular phones operate from satellites. And the way that they're going to accomplish that, or that they could potentially accomplish that, is by flying satellites closer to the Earth. So instead of, I don't know what they are right now. Let's say, for example, when his Starlink satellites go overhead. Let's say that they're presently at I don't know what, 200 kilometers or 200 miles. They'll lower that down to 100 miles. In other words, fly those satellites closer, so then the same power satellite will effectively be able to receive a weak signal from your cell phone inside of a building, so that your cell phone will work inside of a building to the satellites that are flying overhead, and thereby eliminate all these towers all over the place for cell telephone, and you'll just have satellite phone. It'll be satellite phone everywhere, and with the exception of inside of basements of buildings and stuff like that, where cell phones don't work really all that well right now. They'll probably have to put repeaters and stuff like that there. But technology is changing, and that's kind of how it's changing. They'll have maybe a little bit higher powered satellites, for example. But the tough part is to be able to receive that weak signal from your cell phone up to the satellite. Right now, the satellite works to your phone, but you've got to be in like really clear areas where you're not being obstructed by, trees that suck signal out, or buildings and stuff like that. So, But anyways, that's just a shot of that happening. So yeah, some stuff like that going on. Another new normal in London's got some stuff going on in London, bad stuff going on there. Builder back better, builder back better. There she is. There's Freeland over in the Bilderberg area. Freeland. Oh yeah. And of course there's these memes coming out. I think this is from probably, well, in fact, I'm not even going to show that one there. Let's go on. What else is there? What else is there going on that would be of interest to you? Oh, you got this here. Okay, for those of you that don't like the LGBTQ stuff here, there's this meme showing up on X. I think, yeah, they're giving the finger to the parade out there. Or at least she is. She's a very brave person to go out there and do something like that. Very brave, because yeah, they're just out there having fun with the little parade, minding their own business. You know what I mean? Just a little pride parade. So happy Pride Month to everyone out there. I'm not making this stuff up. I'm just showing you what's coming through my feed here. Let's see. We're stranded. We are stranded in the desert, and they've taken our passports. Oh, let's see. Yeah. Oh, these are the people that are protesting the. They're Palestinian protesters. This is funny. Well, it's not funny, but it's interesting in that people have come from all over the world to Egypt. This is what this one is about here, right? They went to Egypt. A whole bunch of like people like you and I. They came from the UK, came from Canada, from Australia, and they all went over to Egypt and they're like pro-Palestinian protesters. And basically, they had a protest in Egypt. And I don't know if you've seen the video. I'm not going to show the video because it's like they all get beat up. They all get beat up pretty badly and loaded onto buses and hauled away. And this is just a little clip of them and what they have to say. I guess this is after they kind of got hauled away.
Hi, so it's Emma from Hilton 18. We're stuck at a crossing. They won't let us through. Can you see the guards in the background? They've taken passports off us. We're stranded in the desert. Please put pressure on the Egyptian government to let us through. We've come this far. Hold them accountable for their actions and support. We need to stop being so obedient and keep pushing through. This is a dummy account, so please tag Cage International, Free the Filth 18, Youth Demand, Defend Our Juries. They'll all repost this and inshallah we'll get to the other side.
Yeah, so that's regarding that incident. I don't know if this is before or after they kind of all got beat up and whatever, loaded on buses, but they're somehow now they're in the desert. It's sort of like the Greta Thunberg story where she's like trying to make headlines, like trying to do something to like get the media going, and then it turns up that she gets onto a boat and she's heading to Palestine, and then she gets boarded by the Israelis, or the Israelis said, no, guess what? You can't land there. You can't land your ship there. You got to turn back, whatever. And she's going, oh, we've been kidnapped. We've been kidnapped, by the Israelis. No, I don't think so. But, it's all people going out there trying to protest to get their name in the bright lights, whatever, and to gain the media attention. And it's going, like terribly wrong for them. That's kind of what we're seeing happening in the real world out there. So, yeah, can't make that stuff up. Let's see. There you go. Where's Catamus Rex? Catamus Rex is saying, "Oh, Tommy Temper, you racist." No, I'm not a racist. Immigration, high levels of immigration is what is actually worsening Canada's economic problems. Okay, impacting what's happening here in Canada. Record high immigration is impacting productivity. We have not as many jobs available for people. They're all being taken up by immigrants. We don't have housing for people. And you know what? I don't see the immigrants living out there in the streets in tents. You want to know that? But I see a lot of First Nations Canadians and just old school Canadians are the ones that are living in the tents because the immigrants appear to have lots of money and or being given money by the government, so they're not the ones that are living out there in the streets. So yeah, there is a big problem with this happening up here in Canada. So Catamus Rex, where you hear me talking about this, it's not just me talking about it. Go read the National Post, okay? Read the story. Find out yourself about what's happening, okay? Go look outside your window. Well, oh yeah, I forget you live in Shangri-La, not like me, where I have to put up with all the people out on the streets and the fentanyl addicts and all the rest of that crap that's going on here. It's like getting to be terrible, terrible, absolutely terrible out here. Terrible. Where's the terrible sound? Ah. Oh, it's getting to be a battlefield out there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh no. There you go. Okay, what else is happening there? Wildfires up in Canada all over the place, but 70% of them in BC are being caused by people, 88% in Manitoba by people, 80% in Saskatchewan of the wildfires are actually caused by people, and not so much blame them on climate change. By the way, June has been an exceptionally cold month so far. We don't have a whole bunch of records broken because of a heat wave kind of a thing going on, at least not up here in Canada. So that's actually a good thing so far. Let's see, climate. Oh yeah, let's see what's going on. Let's see if this person knows what's going on. Here's a student. If you're into the climate change thing, what does this student have to say about climate change?
Life on Earth is in crisis. Crop failure, social and ecological collapse, mass extinction. We have a moral duty to take action. These statements, made by Extinction Rebellion, reflect the climate alarmist narrative that has continued to escalate across the Western world. Hysteria over climate change can be seen throughout history, from the human sacrifices of the Aztecs to bring back rain, to the Salem witch trials to eliminate the women who they blamed for crop failure during the Little Ice Age. Today, the climate industrial complex is funded by trillions of dollars, seeking to control what we buy, eat, and where we are allowed to travel, all in the name of sustainability and achieving net zero carbon emissions. This fear campaign is rooted in the belief that we will not look into the data ourselves, but instead look to the governments and to the media to tell us what is true. Today, I will demonstrate that temperatures fluctuate and are not unprecedented, and that natural disasters are not getting worse. I will also highlight the unreliability of climate data and the role of CO2. Ultimately, I will present scientific evidence to show that we are not in a climate crisis. Historical temperature records indicate that we are not in the climate crisis Western governments claim we are. Looking at a graph of the past 65 million years from now.
Hey, look at that. Did you see that? Did you see that graph? Oops. Where was it there? There you go. Okay, look at there's 65 million years worth of temperature on the Earth. Now, does it look like we're hot today or cold today? It looks like we're kind of cold at the moment. There's your temperature change over a period of time. So, where people go, oh, yeah, we're going to kill ourselves, whatever, because of pumping all the CO2 into the atmosphere. Not really. Actually, there in days gone by, there has been a lot more carbon in the atmosphere than there is today.
Indicate that we are not in the climate crisis Western governments claim we are. Looking at a graph of the past 65 million years from Noah, the Earth today seems to be in a particularly cool period. In fact, the Earth is still coming out of an ice age. History demonstrates that life has existed and thrived in much warmer temperatures, and that temperatures have been much higher without the human influence of industrial CO2 emissions. Historical temperature records indicate that the temperature of the Earth naturally fluctuates over time, as it has for the past 65 million years. In just the past 2,000 years, there have been 2 warm periods and 2 cold periods. The Roman warm period, also called the Roman optimum, was known as a time of prosperity. This, of course, goes against the entire narrative that warming threatens human life. Following the Roman warm period came the Cold Dark Age, the Medieval warm period, and the Little Ice Age. The current warming from 1800 onwards is the warming of recovery from the Little Ice Age. However, temperatures are still cold compared to distant times and continue to visibly fluctuate. Given this evidence, the 3 degrees Fahrenheit that scientists and news pundits claim is the end of civilization is not cause for alarm because it is not unprecedented and because temperatures will continue to fluctuate.
Okay, it's the end of the world. It's the end of the world as we know it. And it's the end of my show as we know it. I got to go. Kids are home from school, and I had a good time. It was a short but sweet episode of the Temper Show. I'm Tommy Temper. I lived a life, and I hope you will too. See you next time. Take care. Stay out of trouble. Happy Pride Month, Edward Cam. Stay out of trouble. Let's go, Oilers. Let's go, Oilers. Got that right, Freddie. Let's go. I am Steve. Let's go, Thunder. You want Thunder? I got Thunder. Where's the Thunder? Later, Charlie Cheswick. Go for a bike ride. What do you think? I think so. I think I should go for a bike ride. Luckily, I've got an e-bike, so, Oh, we got a letter here. Oh, no big deal. At least it's not a expensive bill to pay or something like that. Could be worse. Could be something from the government coming to get me. Sandy Foster on the panels these days. You should get Cadamus Rex up there with you. Yeah, I'm not going to forget my helmet. No, I always wear a helmet. A yellow one at that. Looks goofy, but, hopefully that keeps a car from hitting me. Cars are problematic on the bike lanes because you're on your bike lane and then a car will turn in front of you to turn right, and cut you off, and I got cut off the other day from some guy pulling a trailer that wasn't looking for bikes in the bike lane there. So yeah, it can be tough, but yeah, let's close. Let's open the door to let you all out of the studio. Okay, everyone have a fun time, okay? Catch you later. Bye-bye for now. Oh, might be stormy out there. I don't know. Whoop, whoop.